This creates a high presence in the blood. What else do we need to be able to make that stick around? Well, it's a nitric count, a carbon count, and a phosphate count. So if you have a large phosphate count over the top of these two, what's going to happen is it's going to have a prolonged ejection rate into the blood. And what happens is the release of that oxygen molecule comes out every so often as opposed to boom, here it is. Right.
So this bottle of MK-677 is from Vital Core Research. It's 12.5 milligrams per capsule. And I'm going to do another video talking about this. I've mentioned it in a couple videos recently, but Fusion Peptides is a great company. They've been around for a little while. They've done a phenomenal job with their marketing, with their customer service, and with their product quality. They're very good with third-party testing, etc. And they're overall very good with taking care of their customers.
Oh, yeah.
Their new card processor wasn't allowing them to carry SARMs. MK is not a SARM, but it's classified in there on the card processor side of things. So Fusion rebranded all of their SARMs over to Vital Core Research. So you can go check out Vital Core Research. I have a link. You go to the link in the video description. Chris has one as well. You can go check out their website there, and you get a discount for using our discount code, which we appreciate. It helps us support this channel. But it's the same product that Fusion had. It's just a new website and a new label on these products. But this starts out at 12.5 milligrams per capsule, which is a great every other day dosage. And this is not medical advice. This is bro science talking here. So this is a great dosage to start out with, one capsule every other day, probably for the first 2 to 3 weeks until your body adapts to that. And then you can start throwing in a second capsule on alternate dosage days to slowly ramp up the amount of growth hormone IGF-1 levels your body has. But we did do a video last week talking about how these mass monsters on the pro stage, or even some of the guys who don't compete, how they're getting so massive based off of growth hormone combined with insulin. So we don't recommend you guys doing that because it's extremely dangerous. But there are some ways you can closely mimic the results and do it safely. And that's mostly through supplementation and nutrition. Eating is extremely important. Your body needs glucose with the IGF-1 to maximize its results, okay? You also need your protein in there. That's why I created the MaxBuild 360 from Warhorse. This has dextrose in it, along with a full amino profile for maximum absorption of those aminos. Primarily, L-leucine is what your body needs to build muscle, right? But it needs 9 other amino acids in order to actually utilize the leucine. So I combined those amino acids with dextrose, which we're going to talk about here in a second, and that is so important for getting your insulin to spike and drive those nutrients into the muscle. So you combine something like MK with something like MaxBuild, and it's going to definitely work for increasing the rate of muscle growth and creating new muscle tissue. Now, I will say there's a book I read years ago. A bodybuilding judge gave me this book probably 20 years ago, and it was called Nutrient Timing, and it breaks down when you set down the weights from your last exercise at the end of your workout, you set the weights down, you have 15 minutes to eat something that's going to be high in a fast digesting carbohydrate and protein. And in the first 15 minutes after you finish your workout, that was when your body is the most anabolic. Now, taking something like MK is going to extend that window a little bit, but still just pretend that it's going to be limited to 15 minutes. So in that 15 minutes after you finish your workout, it's the most important time for eating the proper meal. High in fast digesting carbohydrates and high in protein.